There are certain specific patterns which appear all over the world. Grid patterns all over the Cave of Lascaux, for example. And you find exactly the same device on the walls of rock shelters in South Africa. Not only are these two cultures distant geographically, they're also distant in time.
Welcome to a journey through time and beneath the earth, where secrets of the ancient world lie hidden in the shadows. Today we're diving deep into the submerged wonders of the Cosquer Cave, a Paleolithic masterpiece tucked beneath the sea near Marseille, and soaring through the immense underground canyons of Scotian caves in Slovenia, a place where history echoes off the walls. Join us as we explore these incredible caves, each holding mysteries that predate the Ice Age. Cosquer Cave, nestled near Marseille in the Calanques of southern France, is a remarkable underwater cave that offers a window into the Upper Paleolithic period. Discovered by Henri Cosquer, a professional diver from Marseille, the cave's entrance lies 37 meters below the surface of the sea near Cap Morgeau. Cosquer, who was driven more by a passion for diving and the allure of the unknown rather than archaeological ambitions, first explored this submerged entrance in 1985. The entrance to the cave, now underwater, was submerged due to rising sea levels following the last ice age, preserving its contents through the millennia. During his initial dives, Cosquer was not conducting an archaeological investigation. It was only after several explorations, as he delved deeper into the cave's labyrinth of tunnels and chambers, that he began to notice walls decorated with what seemed to be ancient artwork. The significance of these findings was not immediately apparent. However, over time, the implications of his discovery began to dawn on him. It wasn't until 1991, several years after his initial discovery, that the true archaeological importance of the cave was recognized. Cosquer reached out to Jean Clot, a renowned prehistorian, who conducted the first scientific examination of the site. Clots confirmed that the paintings and engravings were indeed from the Upper Paleolithic period, marking a crucial step in the cave's study and preservation. Access to the cave remains a significant challenge, as the entrance is a long, narrow underwater tunnel only navigable by skilled divers. This natural barrier has helped shield the cave from casual explorers and the elements, helping to preserve its ancient artworks from both human interference and environmental degradation. This combination of fascinating discovery, unique preservation conditions, and significant historical artifacts makes Cosquer Cave a unique and valuable site for understanding the distant past. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of Cosquer Cave, we uncover not only its historical significance, but also the geological processes that shaped it. Within the limestone cliffs of the Calanques near Marseille, France, Cosquer Cave is a product of millions of years of erosion, sedimentation, and tectonic activity. These natural forces have carved out an intricate network of chambers and narrow passages, stretching several hundred meters into the cliffs. The main entrance, now submerged under the sea, forms a 175-meter-long underwater tunnel, serving as a natural barrier that has preserved the integrity of the cave and maintained its internal climate. This has been crucial in protecting the delicate prehistoric artworks within from external influences. Within these ancient walls, over 500 graphic elements tell a vivid story of life during the Paleolithic era. The cave's art is divided into two distinct periods. The earlier works, dating from 27,000 to 19,000 years ago, feature predominantly hand stencils and geometric shapes, reflecting early humans' exploration of personal identity and abstract thought. Later artworks, however, show a marked progression to detailed depictions of both local and marine fauna, suggesting a deepening of cognitive abilities and cultural sophistication among the cave's occupants. Among the cave's unique artistic highlights is the depiction of marine species such as seals and jellyfish, exceptionally rare in Paleolithic rock art, which predominantly features terrestrial animals. This inclusion suggests that the inhabitants of the Cosquer region might have had a unique maritime culture, relying on the sea not just for sustenance, but also integrating it deeply into their spiritual and artistic lives. This stands in stark contrast to contemporaneous inland sites like Lascaux Cave, where the art focuses almost exclusively on land animals, indicating a lifestyle deeply connected to the forests and plains. In drawing comparisons, Cosquer Cave bears similarities to the Indonesian Liang Tedongga Cave, home to the world's oldest known cave painting of a warty pig. Both sites provide crucial insights into their respective cultures' interactions with their environments. However, while Liang Tedonga emphasizes early human interaction with terrestrial fauna, Cosquer Cave uniquely showcases the integration of marine life into human artistic expression, offering a rare glimpse into Paleolithic maritime life. One fascinating theory posits that the dual themes of terrestrial and marine animals in Cosquer's art might reflect a mythological or totemic system where these animals were revered and possibly considered spiritually significant. This is supported by the respectful depiction of these animals, suggesting they held more than mere nutritional value. It is possible that Cosquer Cave served as a sacred site where rituals or teachings about these spirit animals were conducted, making it both a sanctuary and a repository of communal knowledge. This intertwining of art, culture, and spirituality highlights the complex relationship between the cave's ancient inhabitants and their environment, continuing to fascinate and enlighten us about the depth of human history. As we turn our attention from the maritime splendor of the Cosquer Cave to the dramatic landscapes of Eastern Europe, we encounter another fascinating world beneath the Earth's surface, the Scotian Caves in Slovenia. Nestled in the karst region, these caves are not just cavernous wonders, but also a testament to the region's rich archaeological heritage. In 1986, Scotian Caves earned a spot on the UNESCO World Heritage List, celebrated for both their natural and cultural importance. The allure of Scotian Caves has captivated humans for centuries, perhaps even millennia. The dramatic disappearance of the Reka River into the depths of the earth has fueled local Slovene folklore with tales of chasms and underworld passages, hinting at a deep-rooted connection with these caves. One of the earliest comprehensive descriptions came from Johann Weikard von Valvassor in 1689. In his work, The Glory of the Duchy of Carniola, he praised the cave's grandeur, sparking interest across Europe. Yet it wasn't until the 1880s that scientific exploration truly began. These explorations, which continued into the early 20th century, mapped the extensive network of passages and chambers and led to the construction of paths and bridges, making the caves more accessible for both scientific study and tourism. Scotian Caves are a prime example of karst topography, formed by the persistent action of the Reka River. As it flows over 50 kilometers on the surface and then another 34 kilometers underground, the river dissolves limestone, creating a complex network of caves, tunnels, and chambers. This process has led to the formation of some of the cave system's most notable features, such as the Martel Chamber and the Silent Cave. Named after the French speleologist Edouard Alfred Martel, the Martel Chamber is one of the largest underground chambers in the world, boasting a self-regulating microclimate. The Silent Cave, or Tihajama, plunges nearly 150 meters deep, showcasing the incredible power of subterranean rivers and erosion. The sheer depth and isolation create an eerie silence in the cave, occasionally interrupted by the drip of water or the muffled rush of the river further below. Drawing an interesting parallel, Scotian Caves can be compared to the Mammoth Cave system in Kentucky, USA. Both UNESCO World Heritage Sites represent extensive karst landscapes, but while Scotian impresses with its deep underground canyons and river erosion features, Mammoth Cave boasts the title of the world's longest cave system with more than 400 miles of surveyed passageways. This comparison highlights the diverse ways in which water shapes limestone to create breathtaking subterranean worlds. An important aspect of Scotian Caves is the unique biodiversity they support, thanks to the stable conditions of constant temperature and humidity. This environment is home to unique species, including the cave salamander, affectionately known as the human fish due to its skin color. This biodiversity is crucial for understanding karst environments and the evolutionary adaptations of life forms thriving in perpetual darkness, further cementing the Scotian Caves as not only a natural wonder, but also a significant ecological and cultural treasure. Imagine diving into the depths of the ocean, only to stumble upon the remnants of an ancient world lost to time. The Bimini Road in the Bahamas and the Yonaguni Monument off the coast of Japan are two such mysterious sites that challenge our understanding of history. Could these submerged structures be the handiwork of advanced pre-flood civilizations, or are they simply nature's remarkable creations? Join us as we delve into the mysteries of these underwater marvels, exploring the theories and controversies that surround them, and uncover the secrets that lie beneath the waves. The Bimini Road, an underwater rock formation off the coast of Bimini Island in the Bahamas, has long captivated historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts of ancient mysteries. This intriguing formation is often linked to the legend of Atlantis and is thought by some to be evidence of an advanced pre-flood civilization. The Bimini Road consists of a series of rectangular limestone blocks that appear to be deliberately placed, creating what looks like a road or wall beneath the ocean's surface. The Bimini Road was first discovered in 1968 by a team led by Dr. J. Manson Valentine, a marine biologist and archaeologist. During an underwater expedition near North Bimini Island, Dr. Valentine, along with Jacques Maille and Robert Angove, documented the formation, noting its peculiar arrangement and the striking regularity of the stone blocks. Dr. Valentine published his findings, describing the Bimini Road as a structure consisting of large, flat, rectangular stones, some measuring up to 4 meters in length. The stones were arranged in a linear fashion, forming a path approximately 800 meters long. This arrangement led to speculations about its origin and purpose. The Bimini Road is composed primarily of limestone, a common sedimentary rock in the region. The blocks are roughly rectangular and vary in size, with some measuring as large as 4 meters in length, 3 meters in width, and 1 meter in thickness. The stones are arranged in a haphazard yet seemingly deliberate pattern, leading to theories that they were placed by human hands rather than formed through natural processes. Several theories have been proposed to explain the origin and purpose of the Bimini Road. Some geologists argue that it is a natural formation, resulting from the erosion of beach rock. They suggest that the rectangular blocks are a product of natural processes, such as the fracturing and erosion of limestone by wave action and tidal forces. This theory posits that the formation is an example of beach rock, a type of limestone that forms in the intertidal zone. As sea levels fluctuated over millennia, these rocks could have fractured and shifted, creating the appearance of a man-made structure. On the other hand, some researchers believe that the Bimini Road could be the remains of an ancient harbor or breakwater, constructed by an advanced pre-Columbian civilization to serve as a docking area for boats or ships. The most famous and controversial theory links the Bimini Road to the lost city of Atlantis. Proponents of this idea argue that the formation is evidence of a highly advanced civilization that existed before a catastrophic flood event. This theory was fueled by Edgar Cayce, a renowned American psychic, who predicted that remnants of Atlantis would be found near Bimini in the late 1960s. Since its discovery, the Bimini Road has been the subject of numerous investigations and research expeditions. In the early 1970s, British researcher Harold Wilkins conducted dives and studies at the site, reporting additional stone structures and artifacts that further fueled speculation about its origins. Around the same time, Dr. Dmitry Rebikov, a pioneer in underwater photography, captured extensive photographic evidence of the formation, providing detailed visual documentation that aided in the analysis and interpretation of the site. In recent decades, advanced technologies such as sonar mapping and underwater excavation have been employed to study the Bimini Road. These surveys have provided more detailed information about the formation's dimensions, composition, and alignment. Geological studies have focused on analyzing the limestone blocks and the surrounding seabed, with researchers seeking to determine whether the stones were naturally formed or shaped by human activity. Despite ongoing research, the Bimini Road remains a topic of controversy and debate. Many scientists and archaeologists remain skeptical of the claims that the formation is man-made, arguing that the evidence points more convincingly toward a natural geological formation. Nevertheless, alternative theories continue to be explored, with some researchers advocating for more extensive underwater excavations to uncover potential artifacts or further structural elements that could shed light on the formation's true nature. Regardless of its origin, the Bimini Road holds significant historical interest. It has become a focal point for discussions about ancient civilizations, lost cities, and the mysteries of human history. Moving on to another underwater structure, the Yonaguni Monument is one such intriguing formation. Located off the southern coast of Yonaguni Island, part of the Ryukyu Islands in Japan. This underwater rock formation has captivated the attention of archaeologists, geologists, and enthusiasts of ancient mysteries due to its striking resemblance to a stepped pyramid or a complex of terraces and platforms. Discovered by divers in the 1980s, the monument has sparked intense debate regarding its origins and purpose. Some believe it to be the remnants of an ancient city submerged after a catastrophic event, possibly linked to a pre-flood civilization. The Yonaguni Monument was discovered in 1986 by Kihachiro Aratake, a local diver and director of the Yonaguni-cho Tourism Association. While exploring the seabed near Yonaguni Island, Aratake stumbled upon a massive, mysterious structure with remarkably straight edges and flat surfaces. His discovery quickly garnered attention, and further dives were conducted to explore the site in greater detail. After the initial discovery, a series of surveys and exploratory dives were carried out by Japanese marine geologist Masaki Kimura and his team. Dr. Kimura, from the University of the Ryukyus, has been one of the most vocal proponents of the theory that the Yonaguni Monument is a human-made structure. Over the years, his team has documented numerous features that suggest artificial construction. The Yonaguni Monument is composed primarily of fine-grained sandstone and mudstone, which are common sedimentary rocks in the region. The formation is notable for its geometric shapes, including flat terraces, right-angled corners, and straight walls. The structure measures approximately 150 meters in length, 40 meters in width, and 27 meters in height. It consists of multiple layers or steps, reminiscent of a stepped pyramid, with some areas featuring what appear to be stairs or platforms. The monument includes large, flat terraces, some connected by what look like staircases, varying in size and elevation to create a stepped appearance. Additionally, some parts of the monument feature depressions and channels resembling water basins or pools, leading to speculation about their potential use in ancient times. Certain sections include upright stone pillars and walls with sharp angles, which further contribute to the theory of human intervention. The origins and purpose of the Yonaguni Monument have been the subject of much debate and speculation. Some geologists argue that the monument is a natural formation, resulting from tectonic activity and natural erosion processes. They suggest that the geometric shapes are a result of the natural fracturing and weathering of the sandstone. The formation's straight edges and flat surfaces could be attributed to the natural jointing of sandstone, where vertical and horizontal fractures create block-like structures that resemble human-made features. On the other hand, proponents of the human-made theory, such as Dr. Masaki Kimura, believe that the monument is the remains of an ancient civilization that existed more than 10,000 years ago. They argue that the precise angles and regular shapes are unlikely to have been formed solely by natural processes. This theory posits that the Yonaguni Monument was part of a city or complex submerged after a catastrophic event, such as a massive earthquake or rising sea levels at the end of the last ice age. Some researchers have also explored the possibility that the Yonaguni Monument is connected to local legends and myths. The Ryukyu Islands have a rich folklore that includes stories of ancient civilizations and sunken cities. Since its discovery, the Yonaguni Monument has been the focus of numerous investigations and research efforts. Extensive diving expeditions have been conducted to map and document the monument. Divers have used underwater photography and videography to capture detailed images of the structure. Advanced technologies, such as 3D modeling and sonar mapping, have been employed to create detailed digital representations of the monument, helping researchers analyze its features and structure. Geological studies have focused on analyzing the composition and formation of the sandstone and mudstone. Researchers aim to determine whether the features observed could be attributed to natural geological processes or human activity. Studies of erosion patterns and sediment deposition have been conducted to understand the natural forces that may have shaped the monument. Researchers have also explored the historical and cultural context of the Ryukyu Islands to find potential connections between the Yonaguni Monument and ancient civilizations. Examining artifacts and other archaeological sites in the region, the Yonaguni Monument remains a topic of controversy and debate within the scientific community. Many geologists and archaeologists are skeptical of the claim that the monument is a human-made structure. They argue that the evidence points more convincingly toward a natural geological formation and caution against drawing conclusions without more definitive proof. Despite the skepticism, alternative theories continue to be explored. Proponents of the human-made theory call for more extensive underwater excavations, and research to uncover potential artifacts or further structural elements that could shed light on the monument's true nature. Regardless of its origin, the Yonaguni Monument holds significant cultural and historical interest. It has become a focal point for discussions about ancient civilizations, lost cities, and the mysteries of human history.
Carved over 2 millennia ago, these rock-cut chambers are the oldest surviving examples of such architecture in India, dating back to the 3rd century BCE. Commissioned by Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan emperor who embraced Buddhism after the bloody Kalinga War, these caves were intended as retreats for monks seeking spiritual enlightenment. What is immediately striking about the Barabar caves is the sheer precision and polish of their construction. The walls and ceilings are so smooth, they appear almost mirrored, reflecting light and sound in ways that seem otherworldly. Even today, a whisper inside reverberates throughout the chamber, creating an ethereal atmosphere. But with only rudimentary tools like iron chisels and hammers, how did the craftsmen achieve such precision? Some scholars theorize they might have used advanced techniques, perhaps even employing fire to weaken the rock before chiseling. Others speculate they had access to specialized tools or knowledge now lost to time. Venturing westward, we arrive at the Kailasa Temple of Ellora in Maharashtra, a monolithic marvel hewn entirely from a single rock face. This colossal structure wasn't built stone by stone. Instead, over 400,000 tons of rock were meticulously removed to reveal a temple of staggering complexity dedicated to Lord Shiva. To accomplish this in the historically suggested 18 years, workers would have needed to extract 5 tons of rock every hour during 12-hour days. Even with today's technology, such a feat would be monumental. So, what methods did these ancient builders employ? Were they aided by tools or knowledge that has since vanished from human memory? The temple's design includes features visible only from the air, such as the rooftop adorned with 4 lion sculptures forming an exact X shape. How could such designs have been planned without aerial perspectives? Moreover, the temple's acoustic properties suggest a sophisticated understanding of sound, possibly used for spiritual ceremonies or healing practices. Within its vast halls, sounds resonate with harmonious clarity, and the placement of pillars and the curvature of ceilings appear crafted to enhance sound. Did the ancient craftsmen of Ellora possess advanced knowledge of architecture and acoustics beyond what we credit them for? Human memory. As we delve deeper into India's ancient mysteries, the submerged city of Dwarka beckons from beneath the waves off the coast of Gujarat. Legends tell of a city founded by Lord Krishna himself, a city so opulent it was known as the City of Gold. Recent underwater explorations have uncovered stone structures, walls, and artifacts dating back to the 2nd millennium BCE. Could these findings be remnants of the legendary Dwarka? And if so, what caused this magnificent city to sink beneath the sea? Dwarka's advanced urban planning reveals meticulously laid streets, an elaborate drainage system, and formidable fortifications. The city was strategically positioned near the confluence of the Gomati River and the Arabian Sea, providing natural defenses and facilitating maritime trade. The use of modern technology in underwater archaeology has mapped submerged structures, suggesting a society far ahead of its time in urban planning and infrastructure. But the mysteries multiply when we consider that none of the excavated rock from the Barabar caves and the Kailasa temple has been found near the sites. Where did hundreds of thousands of tons of stone disappear to? The absence of debris suggests methods of material removal and transport that we cannot fully comprehend. These sites, each astounding in their own right, share uncanny similarities. Advanced engineering, precise craftsmanship, and mysteries that challenge our understanding of ancient capabilities. Is it possible that these civilizations possessed sophisticated knowledge in acoustics, metallurgy, and urban planning that rival or even surpass our own? Or are there other explanations that bridge the gap between myth and historical fact? Returning to the Barabar caves, we find that their acoustics are not merely a curious feature, but perhaps a deliberate design. Some theorists propose that the caves were intended for ancient experiments with sound and resonance. Sound was considered a powerful force in many ancient cultures, used for healing, communication, and even construction. Could the builders have harnessed sound in ways we're only beginning to understand? Similarly, the Kailasa temple's intricate design and the legends surrounding its construction add another layer of intrigue. One tale recounts a devout king whose queen lay gravely ill. He vowed to build the grandest temple in honor of Lord Shiva if she recovered. Miraculously, she did, and according to legend, divine intervention allowed the temple to be completed in just a week, a feat that seems impossible even today. Are these stories mere myths, or do they hint at lost technologies or forgotten wisdom? The resilience of these structures against attempts at destruction underscores their extraordinary construction. The Kailasa temple, for instance, withstood efforts by the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to dismantle it. He deployed 1,000 men over 3 years, yet their efforts resulted in only superficial damage. The structure remained steadfast, almost as if protected by the very deities it honors. What secrets did the ancient builders embed within these monuments that grant them such enduring strength? Moreover, the underwater discoveries at Dwarka offer tangible links between myth and history. Artifacts such as pottery shards, beads made of semi-precious stones, and inscriptions suggest a culturally rich and economically prosperous society. The dating of these findings aligns with the time of Lord Krishna as described in ancient texts. Could this be evidence that the legends of Dwarka have a basis in historical reality? As we piece together these puzzles, a pattern emerges. These ancient structures are not isolated marvels, but part of a larger tapestry of advanced ancient civilizations. Some speculate that these civilizations may have possessed technologies or techniques now lost to time. The precision holes and niches in the Kailasa temple suggest methods of stoneworking that defy conventional explanations. Could they have known how to soften or liquefy stone? While such ideas push the boundaries of mainstream archaeology, they invite us to reconsider what we believe is possible. Furthermore, the strategic locations of these sites raise intriguing questions. Could there be something about the land itself, perhaps energy fields or ley lines, that made these places focal points for spiritual leaders and ancient scientists alike? Some suggest that these structures were deliberately constructed along invisible energy grids, tapping into the Earth's natural energies to amplify spiritual and possibly technological practices. The legends surrounding these sites blur the lines between myth, reality, and the scientific. Were these places merely religious sanctuaries, or did they serve a dual purpose as centers of advanced knowledge and experimentation? The Barabar caves, with their unique acoustics, the Kailasa temple, with its architectural complexity, and Dwarka all challenge our conventional understanding of ancient societies. What other mysteries lie hidden, awaiting discovery?
Nestled at the westernmost edge of the Saurashtra Peninsula in what is now the state of Gujarat, India, the ancient city of Dwarka offers a narrative that is as rich in spirituality and mythology as it is in historical urban development.
The calculation is that 27 million square kilometers that was above water during the Ice Age is underwater now.
The city's strategic positioning near the confluence of the Gomati River and the Arabian Sea played a pivotal role not just in safeguarding it from potential invaders, but also in bolstering maritime trade and fostering connections with other parts of the ancient world. This geographical advantage, coupled with the city being enveloped by water on all sides, either as a peninsula or a series of islands, crafted a natural fortress that was a challenge for any adversary to overcome.
Most of human civilization has been organized around water, right? And as the water levels change, some of those ancient cities could be completely covered.
We did a lot of diving in southern India, so it was great for her to be able to talk in their own language to Tamil fishermen and Tamil divers and see if they'd seen any weird stuff underwater, which they certainly had.
Moreover, the Gomati River's proximity not only enhanced the city's scenic beauty, but also served as a crucial lifeline for its residents. Dwarka's urban landscape, as depicted in ancient texts, was nothing short of architectural grandeur. The city boasted of meticulously planned streets, a state-of-the-art drainage system, and formidable fortifications, all of which were divided into well-defined sectors for residential, commercial, and administrative purposes.
We know that it's been underwater for about 6,000 or 7,000 years, but the question is, how long before that was it made? How long did it stand there above water?
This level of urban planning and civil engineering sophistication showcases an advanced understanding of city management and infrastructure development, making Dwarka a marvel in ancient urban planning. The city's defensive structures, including a series of gates and fortifications, underscored the thoughtful defensive strategy employed in its construction. These were not merely architectural feats, but were strategically designed to regulate access and provide unwavering protection against invasions. Such architectural and strategic prowess points to a high degree of sophistication and indicates that Dwarka was a city that blended beauty with brains, making it a formidable entity in the ancient world.
You're coming across statues underwater, you're coming across columns underwater. It's just magical in diving on an underwater city.
Diving into the depths off the coast of modern-day Dwarka in Gujarat, India, archaeologists have embarked on marine explorations that have significantly advanced our understanding of the ancient city's grandeur and the sophisticated civilization that once flourished there. These underwater explorations have brought to light submerged structures, stone foundations, walls, pillars, and steps that many believe were part of the legendary Dwarka, a city of immense importance in Hindu scriptures. The discovery of such elaborate underwater architecture points towards the advanced engineering and construction techniques of the time, hinting at a society that was far ahead of its contemporaries in terms of urban planning and infrastructure development. The use of modern technology, including sonar scanning, diving explorations, and underwater photography, has been instrumental in mapping out the submerged city, providing us with a clearer picture of its complexity and the scale at which it operated. But the revelations don't stop at structures. A plethora of artifacts unearthed both from the seabed and land excavations near Dwarka tell tales of a culturally rich and economically prosperous society. The remnants of well-laid streets and an elaborate drainage system underscore a high degree of urban planning, indicative of a society that valued organization, environmental health, and the well-being of its citizens. Moreover, the variety of materials discovered suggests Dwarka was a bustling hub of trade and cultural exchange, maintaining connections with other civilizations of its time. This diversity not only showcases the city's economic vitality, but also its cultural openness and dynamism. But perhaps what's most fascinating is the chronological evidence unearthed through radiocarbon dating.
We have to accept that civilization in India is at least 5,000 years old. The largely and correctly discredited notion of an Aryan invasion of India needs to be abandoned.
Some artifacts and structural components of the submerged city have been dated back to the 2nd millennium BCE, aligning Dwarka's timeline with that of Lord Krishna, as described in traditional beliefs and ancient texts. This dating not only cements Dwarka's place as a significant cultural, religious, and economic center in the ancient world, but also bridges the gap between mythological narratives and historical reality. These archaeological findings offer a tangible framework to understand the evolution of urban settlements in ancient India, shedding light on societal structures, trade practices, and the cultural dynamics of the time. As we piece together clues from the past, Dwarka holds a special place in the tapestry of Hindu mythology and Indian ancient history, not just for its divine origins, but also for the mystery and majesty that encompass its story. At the heart of Dwarka's legend is its foundation by Lord Krishna, a pivotal figure in Hinduism revered across various traditions. The epic tales from the Mahabharata and the Bhagavata Purana tell us of Krishna's quest to protect his people from persistent threats, leading to the establishment of this city. It wasn't just a random choice. Krishna was strategic, opting for a location that offered natural defenses and prosperous living conditions for his subjects. Positioned on the western coast, Dwarka was a fortress against adversaries, thanks to its geographical advantages and access to vital sea routes that facilitated trade and communication. This city wasn't just a safe haven, it was a symbol of divine protection and ingenuity, blending spiritual significance with architectural splendor. The story of Dwarka, with its grand buildings and eventual mysterious submergence, captures the imagination, making it a subject of fascination and reverence. Dwarka, often hailed as the City of Gold in ancient scriptures, embodies not just the literal application of gold in its architecture, but also represents an era of unparalleled wealth, prosperity, and architectural ingenuity. This legendary city, with its palaces shimmering with gold and precious stones, grand public spaces, and formidable fortifications, stands as a testament to the zenith of ancient urban development and prosperity. The city's opulence wasn't confined to its material wealth. It extended to its sophisticated design and layout, which were attributed to Vishwakarma, the divine architect in Hindu mythology. Commissioned by Lord Krishna, Vishwakarma's vision for Dwarka was nothing short of architectural brilliance. The planning of Dwarka was meticulously executed, with distinct zones for residential quarters, marketplaces, temples, and public buildings. This segregation ensured that the city functioned efficiently, with each area serving its purpose without encroaching on another. The residential quarters, designed for comfort and accessibility, were likely constructed with not just security in mind but also aesthetics, ensuring that the city's inhabitants lived in an environment that was safe, beautiful, and harmonious with nature. But perhaps the most captivating tale of Dwarka is its mysterious submergence.
The submergence of those sites is largely because of subsidence of land rather than sea level rise, because it's relatively recent.
Legend has it that following Lord Krishna's departure from this world, the city met its end, swallowed by the sea. This story isn't just a pivotal chapter in Hindu mythology, marking the end of an era and the onset of Kali Yuga. It has also piqued the interest of archaeologists and historians. Their underwater explorations near the modern city of Dwarka have unearthed submerged structures, offering a tangible link to the city's legendary past. These discoveries hint at the existence of a significant settlement that might have gradually succumbed to rising sea levels or other catastrophic events, giving some historical backbone to the mythological tales. The submergence of Dwarka is often seen through a symbolic lens, reflecting on the ephemeral nature of wealth and the inevitability of change. It reminds us that even the most splendid creations, no matter how grand or well-built, are not immune to the forces of time and nature. This story, rich with historical intrigue and mythological depth, continues to enchant and provoke thought, bridging the ancient with the present and the mythical with the real.
The immediate and overwhelming challenge to the accepted narrative comes from the fort's perimeter walls. Imagine a structure that stretches for a staggering 5 kilometers, encircling a vast area. These aren't the typical, relatively modest fortifications of medieval India. These walls rise almost 10 meters in height, a formidable barrier constructed from granite blocks of truly colossal proportions. Some of these blocks reach lengths of 6 meters and weigh multiple tons, dwarfing the stones used in most historical fortifications. But it's not just the size that's remarkable, it's the method of construction. This is Cyclopean masonry, a technique characterized by the use of massive, irregularly shaped stones, fitted together with an almost unbelievable precision without any mortar or binding agent whatsoever. The stones are interlocked so perfectly, so seamlessly, that the joints are virtually invisible. As the saying goes, you couldn't slip a blade of grass between them. This isn't the work of hasty construction. It's a testament to an almost incomprehensible level of skill and planning. They also possess amazing resilience to earthquakes. This type of masonry is profoundly significant because it's not characteristic of the Delhi Sultanate, nor of any other known medieval Indian power. Instead, it bears a striking, undeniable resemblance to the Cyclopean walls found at ancient megalithic sites across the globe. Consider Sacsayhuaman, the colossal Inca fortress near Cusco, Peru. The similarities are uncanny. The same massive, irregularly shaped stones, the same perfect interlocking, the same absence of mortar. The parallels extend to Mycenaean Greece, with its Lion Gate and the treasury of Atreus, to the enigmatic stone platforms of Easter Island, and to numerous other sites scattered across the continents. This raises a fundamental and deeply unsettling question. Is this global distribution of Cyclopean masonry a mere coincidence, a case of independent invention across vastly different cultures and time periods? Or does it point to something far more profound? A shared cultural heritage, a lost technological tradition, or perhaps even a forgotten, globally connected civilization that predates our current understanding of history? The granite itself presents another layer of the puzzle. Granite is notoriously difficult to work, even with modern tools and machinery. It's incredibly hard and resistant to shaping. To quarry blocks of the size found at Malabad, to transport them over significant distances, the quarry source remains unknown. And then to lift and precisely position them with such accuracy would have required an extraordinary level of social organization, engineering knowledge, and technological capability. Consider the logistics. How were these multi-ton blocks extracted from the earth? What tools were used? How were they moved across the terrain, potentially over considerable distances? And most crucially, how were they lifted into place and fitted together with such breathtaking precision? The accepted 13th century timeline simply doesn't offer a plausible explanation for these feats. The Delhi Sultanate, while skilled builders, primarily worked with smaller, more manageable stones and employed mortar-based construction techniques. Their architectural style, heavily influenced by Persian and Central Asian traditions, favored arches, domes, and intricate decorative elements, features conspicuously absent from the core structure of Malabad's walls. The stones are smoothly polished on their faces, meaning they offer no easy footholds. The construction goes beyond the surface level. The exterior of perfectly fitted granite is backed by another layer of stone, which is then backed by rubble. This is similar to the Romans' opus caementicium, however, without the cement. The 13th century was a period of significant upheaval and transformation in India. The Delhi Sultanate, a powerful Islamic empire originating from Central Asia, had extended its dominion across much of the subcontinent, establishing a new political and cultural order. These were undoubtedly skilled administrators and builders, responsible for impressive mosques, tombs, and fortifications. It's entirely plausible, and indeed highly probable, that the Sultanate utilized Malabad Fort, recognizing its strategic importance. The fort's location, commanding access to the surrounding region and controlling key trade routes, would have made it an invaluable asset. It likely served as a military garrison, protecting the Sultanate's borders from rivals and potential invaders, particularly the ever-present threat of Mongol incursions. It would also have functioned as an administrative center, a place for collecting taxes, enforcing laws, and projecting the Sultanate's power into the local populace. The presence of marketplaces and trade routes nearby would have further enhanced the fort's importance as a hub of commerce and communication. However, while the Sultanate certainly occupied and likely modified Malabad Fort, the overwhelming evidence suggests that they did not build its core structure, the Cyclopean walls. The architectural style, the construction techniques, and the sheer scale of the undertaking are simply incompatible with the Sultanate's known capabilities and building practices. They may have added to the fort, repaired sections, or built secondary structures, but the foundational elements point to a far older, far more mysterious origin. Beyond the Cyclopean masonry itself, numerous other anomalies further challenge the official narrative and point towards a prehistoric origin for Malabad Fort. Within the vicinity of the fort lies a Shiva temple, a site of religious significance. While temples are often renovated and rebuilt over centuries, the exquisite craftsmanship of the black granite Nandi statue and the Shiva lingam within this temple raises questions. The polished surfaces and intricate details suggest a level of artistry and precision that seems incongruous with the 13th century context. Even more intriguing, discovered remnants of prehistoric stone blocks within and around the temple, bearing what appear to be machine-like marks and cuts, impossibly precise for hand tools. These markings, if authenticated, would further strengthen the case for a prehistoric origin. Malabad Fort stands as a profound challenge to conventional historical timelines and a testament to the potential for undiscovered, advanced civilizations in our ancient past. The evidence, while circumstantial in some respects, strongly suggests that the accepted 13th century dating only accounts for a later phase of the fort's history, a period of occupation and modification by the Delhi Sultanate. The core structure, particularly the Cyclopean walls, exhibits characteristics that unequivocally point towards a far more ancient origin, possibly predating any known civilization in the region.
Ever since its discovery in 2017, Oumuamua, the first confirmed interstellar object to visit our solar system, has been captivating scientists. Its unusual nature and mysterious origins have sparked countless studies and theories, making it a landmark discovery in our understanding of the universe. Oumuamua's story began on October 19, 2017, when astronomers in Hawaii, using the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope, designed to spot near-Earth objects, stumbled upon something unexpected. Robert Werrick, a researcher at the University of Hawaii, noticed the object while analyzing data from the telescope. Unlike anything else in our solar system, Oumuamua didn't resemble typical asteroids or comets. News of the discovery spread quickly, and astronomers worldwide trained their instruments on the object. Their observations confirmed it wasn't bound to the Sun by gravity, revealing its interstellar origin. The object was then named Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word chosen by the Pan-STARRS 1 team with the help of language experts. It translates to a messenger from afar arriving first, reflecting its unique status as the first known visitor from another star system. The naming of Oumuamua held significance beyond the object itself. It acknowledged the contribution of Hawaii and its people to astronomical discoveries. While initially classified as an asteroid due to its lack of a visible coma or tail, Oumuamua's unexpected acceleration as it left our solar system threw scientists a curveball. This behavior is characteristic of comets, which expel gas and dust for propulsion, but Oumuamua displayed none of the usual signs. One theory suggests Oumuamua might still be outgassing, but invisibly. The release of a small amount of gas or dust undetectable by telescopes could explain the acceleration, making it a new type of comet without the usual visual cues. However, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb took things a step further with a more controversial theory. Oumuamua could be an artificial object, possibly a light sail from an advanced alien civilization. He cites its unusual shape, shiny surface, and unexpected acceleration as evidence against a natural origin. Loeb suggests Oumuamua's high-speed, sun-grazing trajectory and sudden acceleration could be explained if it were a probe or light sail, a thin sheet that uses solar radiation for propulsion. While captivating, this theory is highly speculative and lacks broad scientific acceptance. Scientists have proposed several alternative explanations within the realm of natural phenomena. One theory suggests it could be a fragment from a disrupted planet or other celestial body, which could explain its unusual shape. Another interesting theory proposes it as a hydrogen iceberg, composed of molecular hydrogen ice. As it neared the Sun, the ice sublimated, transforming directly from solid to gas and providing thrust without a visible tail. However, the feasibility of such an object surviving interstellar travel remains debated. Some researchers also believe it could represent a new class of interstellar object, formed through unknown processes. Its characteristics might be typical for objects ejected from other star systems, potentially leading to the discovery of more similar objects in the future. Oumuamua's extraordinary shape, far more elongated than any known object in our solar system, has captivated scientists. Estimates suggest it's roughly 800 meters long and 80 meters wide, with a remarkable 10:1 aspect ratio. Determining the exact shape is challenging due to limitations in observing such a distant object. Unlike most solar system objects, Oumuamua exhibits a tumbling motion, hinting at a possibly violent past. It also shows a non-gravitational acceleration as it moves away from the Sun, a phenomenon not fully explained by the Sun's gravity. The dark reddish surface, similar to some outer solar system objects, suggests the presence of organic molecules. This, along with its color and other characteristics, points towards a composition similar to comets and objects beyond Neptune in our solar system. The long journey and exposure to cosmic rays could explain the darkened surface, potentially masking its original composition. While the investigation continues, these unique characteristics offer valuable clues in unraveling the mystery of its origins. Oumuamua's journey through space is estimated to have spanned billions of years, leaving its mark on its surface. The object's dark reddish color is a telltale sign of prolonged bombardment by cosmic rays, which can alter the chemistry of interstellar objects over time, creating complex organic molecules. This long exposure to the harsh environment of space suggests a lengthy voyage through the vast interstellar medium. Remarkably, the frigid temperatures and near-vacuum conditions of interstellar space can act as a natural preservative. Unlike objects within our solar system exposed to solar radiation and atmospheric wear and tear, Oumuamua's surface may have remained largely unchanged since its ejection, offering a potential glimpse into its original state. Scientists are piecing together the puzzle of Oumuamua's path using a combination of observations and simulations. They analyze data on the object's position, speed, and acceleration during its passage through our solar system, factoring in the gravitational influences of the Sun, planets, and other celestial bodies. One key concept is the gravitational slingshot effect, where an object gains speed by passing close to a massive body. By calculating the cumulative effect of such encounters during its journey through our solar system and backtracking through time, scientists can chart a possible course for Oumuamua's arrival. Several studies have attempted to identify stars or systems Oumuamua might have encountered during its travels. Some possibilities include young star clusters and even specific stars like HIP 3757 and HD 292249, which had close approaches to Oumuamua's trajectory millions of years ago. However, pinpointing the exact origin remains a challenge. Uncertainties in Oumuamua's velocity and the dynamic nature of our galaxy, where stars are constantly moving, make it difficult to trace its path with precision. Any non-gravitational acceleration, like that potentially caused by outgassing, further complicates the calculations. As Oumuamua ventures through interstellar space, it interacts with the interstellar medium, a sparse collection of gas, dust, and charged particles. While seemingly insignificant, this medium can exert subtle forces on objects over immense timescales, potentially altering their trajectories. These subtle influences, like drag from dust or gravitational tugs from unseen matter, add another layer of complexity to reconstructing Oumuamua's long journey. Despite the challenges, Oumuamua's interstellar origin, confirmed by its unique trajectory, makes it a valuable visitor. It offers a rare opportunity to study material from another star system, providing insights into the composition and formation of objects beyond our solar system. Ever since its discovery in 2017, analyzing its trajectory and speed has been crucial to understanding its path and future. Unlike planets and most objects in our solar system that follow closed elliptical orbits, Oumuamua is on a hyperbolic trajectory, an open path taking it permanently out of our system. After a close encounter with the Sun, it gained enough speed, roughly 26 kilometers per second, which is about 58,000 miles per hour, to escape the Sun's gravitational pull. Currently, it's journeying towards the constellation Pegasus and won't be returning anytime soon, so we think. As an interstellar object, Oumuamua's journey through our solar system was a brief stopover. Its immense speed ensures it won't be captured by the Sun's gravity, meaning no return visits are possible. Extensive calculations confirm this one-way trip, with Oumuamua destined to become a permanent wanderer among the stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Scientists have meticulously analyzed Oumuamua's trajectory. Its hyperbolic path, unlike the closed orbits of planets, signifies its interstellar origins and independence from the Sun's gravitational influence. Furthermore, its speed and the direction it entered the solar system, originating near the constellation Lyra, couldn't be explained solely by interactions within our system. While the object's age and the vast distances involved make pinpointing its exact source challenging, tracing its entry point provides valuable clues about its potential home. So will Oumuamua return? Not in our lifetime, but maybe another one. Understanding Oumuamua's trajectory unveils its journey as a one-time encounter and underscores its status as a permanent ambassador from another star system, offering a glimpse into the wonders beyond our solar neighborhood. In the heart of India, Shrouded in the mists of ancient history lies a marvel of engineering and artistry that continues to baffle and amaze. The Barabar Caves, a series of rock-cut chambers carved into the granite hills of Bihar, India, the oldest rock-carved caves that exists to date. What secrets do they hold? How were they built? And what purpose did they serve? Could humans really have created this ancient wonder? The Barabar Caves, discovered in the early 19th century, are believed to be the oldest surviving examples of rock-cut architecture in India, dating back to the 3rd century BC. They were commissioned by Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan emperor who famously converted to Buddhism after the bloody Kalinga War. These caves were meant to serve as retreats for monks and ascetics seeking spiritual enlightenment. What is immediately striking about the Barabar Caves is the sheer precision and polish of their construction. The walls and ceilings are so smooth, they seem almost mirrored. The interiors are devoid of any ornamentation, emphasizing their austere and contemplative purpose. Even today, after more than 2 millennia, the echo of a whisper reverberates through these chambers, creating an ethereal atmosphere. The most iconic of the Barabar Caves is the Lomas Rishi Cave, distinguished by its unique horseshoe-shaped entrance, reminiscent of the Chaitya halls of later Buddhist architecture. The interior is a single spacious chamber with a vaulted ceiling, culminating in a stupa-like projection at the far end. The acoustics within the Lomas Rishi Cave are extraordinary, creating a sense of otherworldly resonance that amplifies even the slightest sound. But how were these caves built? The technology available at the time was rudimentary, consisting mainly of iron chisels and hammers. Carving into the hard granite would have been an arduous and time-consuming task. Yet, the sheer scale and precision of the Barabar Caves suggest a level of mastery that seems almost impossible for the time. Some scholars theorize that the Mauryans might have employed advanced techniques, perhaps even using fire to weaken the rock before chiseling. Others speculate that they might have had access to specialized tools or knowledge that has since been lost. The mystery of their construction only adds to the allure of the Barabar Caves. The Barabar Caves are not just architectural marvels, they are also repositories of history. Inscriptions found within the caves provide valuable insights into the Mauryan era, including Ashoka's edicts promoting peace and non-violence. These inscriptions show Ashoka's profound transformation from a ruthless conqueror to a benevolent ruler, a transformation that reverberated throughout the Indian subcontinent. But the Barabar Caves also raise intriguing questions. Why did Ashoka choose this particular location? Was it for its strategic importance, its natural beauty, or its spiritual significance? The story of the Barabar Caves is far from over. These ancient marvels hold more than just questions of technique and purpose. As we dig deeper into the mystery, we find that the caves are connected to a broader network of ancient secrets, some hiding in plain sight, others concealed beneath the surface of history. The Barabar Caves, it seems, are just the beginning. Let's turn our attention to the staggering amount of stone that was removed to create these caves. Carving out even one of these chambers would have required moving hundreds of tons of solid granite. While this might seem difficult enough today, with cranes and modern machinery, imagine doing it over 2,000 years ago with only basic tools. Experts estimate that the volume of rock removed from the Barabar and Nagarjuna caves combined is equivalent to the construction of an entire modern skyscraper. The caves aren't just hollow spaces, they are carefully engineered cavities with perfectly smooth walls and astonishing acoustic properties. This raises the question, were these caves intended for something far more complex than simple meditation? If we step outside the narrow confines of traditional archaeology, a number of unconventional theories begin to emerge. One of the most compelling is the possibility that these caves were not simply religious sanctuaries, but sites for ancient experiments with sound and resonance. Sound, after all, was a powerful force in many ancient cultures, believed to be a tool for healing, communication, and even construction. Could the Barabar Caves have been designed to amplify certain frequencies, perhaps to aid in meditation or to access hidden states of consciousness? Some researchers propose that the unique sound dynamics within the caves were not accidental, but were the result of advanced knowledge of acoustics, knowledge that may have been lost to time. When comparing Barabar to other ancient acoustic marvels, such as the Hypogeum of Saflieni in Malta, where low-frequency sounds resonate powerfully within the subterranean chambers, the similarities are striking. In both cases, the structures amplify sound in ways that seem unnatural. Could there have been an ancient global understanding of sound technology that allowed different cultures to manipulate their environments for spiritual or scientific purposes? But even more provocative is the idea that the Barabar caves and the surrounding region could have been used for something much more practical. Some conspiracy theorists have speculated that these caves were not spiritual retreats, but part of a network of sites dedicated to early technological experiments, possibly in metallurgy or energy generation. Ancient India was known for its early advances in metallurgy, particularly with the discovery of Wootz steel, a high-carbon alloy that later became famous as Damascus steel. Could it be that the Barabar region, rich in iron ore, served as a hidden laboratory where ancient metallurgists conducted experiments in the production of alloys, harnessing the natural acoustic properties of the caves for unknown purposes? There's also the curious question of why the Ajivikas, a relatively obscure religious group, would commission such monumental works. Ajivikas were known for their strict ascetic practices, rejecting material wealth and worldly possessions. So why would they need such massive, intricately designed caves? Could it be that the caves had a dual purpose, both spiritual and scientific? Some researchers have suggested that the caves may have served as a place where spiritual leaders and early scientists exchanged ideas, blurring the line between religious meditation and scientific experimentation. This theory gains traction when we look at other caves and rock-cut structures in the region, like the Udayagiri and Khandagiri caves in Odisha, carved around the same time as Barabar. While Udayagiri and Khandagiri served more as monastic retreats for Jain monks, the designs are remarkably intricate, featuring tiered halls and passageways that hint at more than just religious devotion. Could these sites have been part of a larger network of spiritual and scientific centers stretching across ancient India? There is a growing belief that these cave complexes were not isolated projects, but rather the work of a sophisticated civilization, with knowledge that extended beyond the spiritual into fields like geometry, engineering, and metallurgy. Looking westward, comparisons with the Ajanta and Ellora caves in Maharashtra become even more intriguing. Unlike Barabar, the Ellora complex contains vast temple structures, including the breathtaking Kailasa temple, which was carved from a single piece of rock. What ties these sites together is the sheer scale of excavation. While Barabar focuses on precision and acoustic properties, Ellora and Ajanta showcase the massive scale and intricacy of rock-cut architecture. The fact that both were created around the same time period raises questions. Were these part of a grander pan-Indian tradition of rock-cut engineering that blended religion with early scientific understanding? Could the same knowledge have flowed between these centers, each site fulfilling different roles in a complex network of spiritual, technological, and social life? There are also strange connections to be made when examining other rock-carved sites across the world. For instance, Petra, the ancient Nabatean city in Jordan, shares some remarkable similarities with Barabar. Both were carved into solid rock, both involved an unimaginable amount of labor, and both exhibit architectural features far ahead of their time. Petra, with its elaborate facades and hidden tombs, and Barabar, with its smooth chambers and enigmatic acoustics, may have been created for vastly different purposes, yet the precision and effort involved suggest that the people who built them shared a deep understanding of stoneworking and engineering. While mainstream historians argue that these similarities are coincidental, the evidence is difficult to ignore. Were these sites merely the result of isolated advances in technology, or were ancient cultures more connected than we realize, sharing techniques and knowledge across vast distances? Then there's the question of why these caves are located where they are. The Barabar caves are situated near Gaya, a place of immense spiritual significance in India. Gaya is not only home to the famous Bodh Gaya, where Buddha is said to have attained enlightenment, but the region itself is dotted with caves, temples, and religious sites. Could there be something about the land itself, something about the energy of the place, that made it a focal point for spiritual leaders and scientists alike?